Leeds United have been snubbed of £4 million by Ronald Koeman. Leeds United fans make their voices heard, expressing their displeasure with the 49ers ownership. And Leeds United stars shine on international duty, with Mateo Joseph backing himself into the good graces of the Spanish media. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JT, and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories. This series, of course, we go through everything happening in and around the world of Leeds United, and we have a little talk about it. And we start off with this man, Mr. Maximilian Wober, who featured very heavily for Austria last night in their 1-1 draw against Slovenia. Game time has been very hard for him to come by over at Leeds, of course, only featuring in that 3-0 defeat to Middlesbrough, where a lot of us questioned his desire to play for the club. He looked very cumbersome, he looked very clunky, and his head just didn't seem in it. Obviously, he was very heavily linked with a move away to Mönchengladbach, who wanted to get him on a permanent basis, but could not meet Leeds' valuation of Max Wober. He, however, has really shone over at Austria and has picked up a lot of praise from the Austrian media. According to the Salzburger Nachrichten, Wober produced a very solid display in Austria's 1-1 draw against Slovenia. He was praised for his front foot defending and intent in possession, and was therefore labelled as one of Austria's best performers on the night. They wrote, Maximilian Wober defended boldly and actively as usual, so asserted himself against the Slovenians and tried to move forward strong. Now, this is very, very good for Leeds United, because he is someone that I do believe is going to have to feature a lot for Leeds this season. I know we have Struijk, I know we have Roden, I know we have Ampadu, but you guys are forgetting, or not you guys in general, but people in general are forgetting that injuries are very prone to happen around the corner, especially with someone like Struijk, who's had a litany of a lot of injury problems this year. I know Ampadu is probably our favourite backup for that position, but even he could get injured. Even he could pick up a knock. We saw Liam Cooper have to play a role last season, so to think Wober isn't going to come in clutch for Leeds at times this year, I think we're kidding ourselves. And he is a hell of a player if he can get his mental state right. Now, he did have a little word on his Leeds United status, shall we say. Wober playing 90 minutes for his country can only be beneficial to Leeds, of course. When asked about his situation by the Austrian press earlier this week, he insisted he understands why he's currently second choice. He said, "We are three central defenders. We are all at a similar level. If we remain successful and nothing happens, I wouldn't change much as a coach, so I have to stand back and wait for the chance. I'm at Leeds, that's a perfect fit for me. I never said that I absolutely wanted to leave. I accepted this challenge, but I know that it won't be easy to work my way back into the same position as before. The chance to play in the Premier League again is huge, because on paper we have the best team and a broad squad. Our goal is clearly promotion," which, you know, ironically kind of goes against what his gaffers said, in that Daniel Farke is basically come out and said, listen, mate, we ain't favourites for promotion, so why are people piling a lot of pressure on us? I don't understand it, but you should understand it, mate, because we very much should be favourites for promotion with the squad that we do have compared to everyone else. I mean, it is, even though it's been ravaged, it is still the most expensive squad by far. But what are your thoughts on Max Wober? Do you want to see him feature for Leeds United this year? Do you think he should just be pure backup? Or do you think he's really kicking on the door? Because a lot of people have questioned Roden recently. His performances kind of dipped a bit. So maybe the pressure of Wober coming in from behind, maybe that could incentivize Roden to pick himself up a little bit and keep himself back on fire like he was at patches of last season. But let me know what you guys think about all of that one down in the comment section down below. Hey guys, this is Future James here. I'm just here to tell you a real quick secret. This stays between me and you, okay? Don't tell the other James. But about 70% of you watching this video right now aren't subscribed. So you're not going to be able to keep up to date with all the new content we've got coming out on this channel very, very soon. So if you do want to stay up to date with everything, just subscribe and tick that notification bell, and it will stay between us. Let's get back to him. Hello. Now, a little opinion piece next by Mr. Frank McCavaney, who is quoting that Leeds United are definitely going to go in January to pick up another signing. I believe he's stating that Leeds United will be going for an attacking acquisition. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think Leeds need to go in again? The main thing that he's gearing at is basically that Leeds are quite shallow in terms of squad depth, and he only believes we have about 12 to 13 real first team caliber players. And if a couple of them get injured, then the squad is looking quite bare thin. I'd probably say I'd increase that to around 14 to 15. Because if you look at the midfield options, we've got a couple of options in there. We've got Ampadu, we've got Tanaka, we've got Gruev. That's at least 3 first teamers. Maybe Rothwell, I wouldn't quite consider him in there. You've got Dan James to come off the bench. Joel Perreault, maybe you could argue, is in that caliber. Maybe you could argue Patrick Bamford is in there. You've also got Ramadzani. So I think we've got quite a few options, but I still would like one or two more. Let me know your thoughts on that one. As for the next story, and well, it kind of links into this one, it is around the 49ers. Now, there was a little poll recently based on the 49ers ownership of Leeds United. Obviously, this isn't 100% sample size. This isn't the entire fan base, and I believe it was the entire fan base, including, you know, the Ricks of the world, if anyone knows who that is, who's been going to Leeds for a long time and probably wouldn't partake in something like this. I think the results would be skewed even less in the favour of the 49ers, but there was a little poll that took place, and with only 66% of people content with the 49ers running the club, 16% were happy and 18% were very unhappy with the ownership of the 49ers, which I guess you're going to get. I wanted to bring this to you because, first of all, I want you guys to let me know if you are happy with the 49ers. I'm seeing everyone coming out with videos about this is their strategy, this is their plan. I want to know from you guys, are you happy with the 49ers ownership? Do you think that they're doing enough to win you over at Leeds United? And if so, or if not, what can they do to win you over at Leeds United? Please let me know. But it is a little statement of intent from the fans, and they're showing a bit of displeasure with what seems to be a very business-minded run by the 49ers to save a lot of money. Now, there's been talks of us being in £100 million worth of debt, and we needed to make that back, but what you can't deny is Leeds are definitely doing things on the cheap and trying to squeeze as much money out of things as possible. Now, speaking of squeezing as much money out of deals, there is one deal Leeds United have been trying to squeeze a lot of money out of, and it is Crycensio Summerville, and we have just been robbed or finessed of £4 million by Mr. Ronald Koeman. And this goes back to his deal when he left all the way back in the back end of July. Now, West Ham Football came out with this tweet that perfectly summarizes the contents of his deal. Summerville's financial are thought to be a £25 million base transfer fee paid in installments, with a further £5 million on performance-based standard add-ons. Now, an additional clause related to a full international senior team debut means Leeds United could earn as much as £34 million if all add-ons are corrected. So the add-on is that Leeds United will get £4 million as soon as he makes an international debut for the first team. So as soon as he gets himself on that pitch, gets himself a Netherlands cap, Leeds United get £4 million in the kitty like that, which in the Championship, given the current state of affairs with Leeds United's financials right now, and given the fact that this deal is even being paid in installments, that £4 million could be quite instrumental for Leeds United going forward, especially if we want to invest in January or something like that. Now, he was selected for the preliminary 33-man squad by Mr. Ronald Koeman. However, as you can see by this little infographic here, by Ons Orange, he was unfortunately left out of the 23-man squad for the international friendly. So, he is not the international friendly, sorry, the Euro Nations League. There's so many different tournaments now, it's hard to keep up with the damn thing. But he has been left out of the squad, so Leeds United have been mugged off of £4 million. But if he does play for Netherlands anytime soon, the next opportunity being October, and if he impresses for West Ham, he's likely to get himself in contention for that Netherlands team. And that could earn Leeds United a decent little whack of money before the January transfer window, which could be very, very exciting for Leeds United fans. Now, in other news, we look to some other Leeds United players, these ones featuring for their international sides. One of them being Mateo Joseph, who featured not for Spain's senior team, but for their under-21 side, who scored a goal and has been absolutely wowing the Spanish media, scoring against Scotland's under-21 side. Mateo Joseph has been one of Leeds' shining lights this season, already bagging 2 assists and scoring a goal himself in the Championship, and is now impressing over in Espanyol. Obviously, having the choice between representing England or Spain. He played for England in the World Cup in 2023, the youth team, obviously. There was no actual senior World Cup in 2023. But he did elect to play for the Spanish national team, which, in the light of recent events, might be a good decision for him. But, you know, that's bringing up some bitter feelings inside, shall we say, after that game. But he has been bagging over there, and it is good to see him winning the praises of not just him. I was reading articles the other day of a lot of players that are playing in and around him that are very, very, very complimentary of him and are giving him rave reviews, similarly to the way that they were talking about him a couple of years ago when he was bagging in Leeds' academy left, right and centre. Obviously, it is the youth team. He plays senior football, so you'd expect him to bag in these kind of things. But he is definitely going to be a big part for Leeds United going forward, a big player for Leeds United going forward, and someone that we need to make sure is firing on all cylinders for the rest of the season. Let me know what you guys think about all of this stuff, though, down in the comment section down below. What do you make of some of the news surrounding the 49ers ownership? What do you make of Max Wober's situation? Do you think he should play a big part for Leeds United going forward, or would you keep him on the bench? Are you still quite sour about the way that he's gone about things recently? Mateo Joseph, can Leeds hang our hat on him for the entire season, or are we going to need to rely on people like Patrick Bamford? Please let me know your thoughts on all of this stuff down in the comment section down below. For now, guys, though, I will see you very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.